What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And welcome to Right Body for You, a different type of radio show with your different type of host. I'm Donnielle, the aforementioned different type of host and different type of person, different type of sense of humor. And I've have you guys ever been told that you're a bit different and taken that as a wrong thing? I used to. Now it's like, you're a little different. What's my reaction? Yes, I am. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Because you know what? I'm having a good day. And honestly, how much does just having a good day and enjoying your day make you different from the rest of the world? You know, it's interesting that we've defined something as, if the world isn't perfect, if the day isn't perfect, then it's not a good day. You know, it's like, say you're about to do a radio show on the internet, and about 3 minutes before you go live, your internet drops out, so you have to call in. What if being different is, okay, well, what can I do to create this? I can call in. Yay, it's not a problem. And, you know, what else is really possible with this? So it's like, well, how can you be different today from the rest of the world? And what if you acknowledge how different you already are? Okay. Today, oddly enough, we're not talking about difference, but we actually talk about the difference we be every day, including how different we are with our bodies and that we're willing to be with our bodies. Because that's what Right Body for You is all about, is being willing to be different with your bodies. And as a matter of fact, being with your bodies. Right Body for You uses the tools of Access Consciousness, which works on the energetic level. Have you ever thought, which is funny, have you ever thought that you could think your way out of everything? I did. I used to be a very potent thinker, maybe not Einstein-esque, but, I was up there going, well, this is great, and let me think of everything and all my way through this, and I'm sure everything will come out fine. Well, how many times did it actually just come out fine? And is fine enough? And when those moments you didn't even reach fine, what else is possible with that? So this is where the tools of Access Consciousness come into your life. Looking at the energy of everything, looking at the consciousness of everything, looking at the oneness of possibility of everything. And with Right Body for You, it focuses on the body. And what else is possible with that? And the thing I love about Access Consciousness and the Right Body for You tools is, I have been working with bodies in one way or another for 30 years. Some of the difference that I started early with my mom. She did health talk radio shows. She was a nutritionist. And the Right Body for You and Access Consciousness, when it came through, it was really the first thing that I ever saw that actually included the body's consciousness, the body's awareness. Well, and the first thing that ever asked the question, hey, what if your body had a consciousness of its own? And that is one of the things that I truly, truly love about Right Body for You and Access Tools. And one thing I'm so grateful that I get to share with you guys each week, tools to change your body, not just change your body as in make it look better, make it feel better, but actually just to be aware of it and receive communication from it, which is actually what leads us into our topic today. It's called, Do You Have the World on Mute? This is an interesting topic. It's a topic that actually showed itself to me a while ago. Have you ever had those ideas? It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Maybe I'll do that. And then you write it down and you don't remember anything past that. It's like, oh, and one of the tools I could give you that's not necessarily a tool of the topic, but a great tool is now or in the in the now or in the future? Okay, because this topic is one of those things that's like, was it now or was it in the future? Okay, which for me, this topic was one of those things. Okay, and for me, do you have the world on mute? What do I mean by that? Well, one thing we talk a lot about in this world is awareness. Whether it's an aware you're awake, aware of a catastrophe that's happening, aware of your body, aware of what exactly is this awareness that we're talking about? Well, it's a lot of things. And this is what we're talking about today with, do you have the world on mute? Have you ever had those moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that? Or things like, oh crap, I didn't do that. Oh, I should have known that. And then we self-judge with that. Well, what if you know everything? Okay. And what I mean by what if you know everything is, honestly, what if you know everything? Okay. Trick question. Are you an infinite being? Have you been, are you, and will you be? No matter what that looks like, you guys. I was raised Mormon, so it's whether it's the pre-existence or if it's a past life or just, that split-second atom or that cloud of phosphorus effort. There I go. That's what happens when I try to do big words without enough coffee. Just kidding. Whether it's that cloud that you were in before, whatever it is for you, it's like you as the infinite being, the consciousness that you are. Have you been, are you, and will you be? Yeah. And so, the light heavy tool I'm always asking you guys to look at. Well, as an infinite being, is there anything you don't know? Okay. You may not have the cognitive awareness of it at this time, but truth, is there anything you don't know? Isn't that interesting what you get? Because if you ever had those moments where you're like, wow, I didn't even know I knew that. Yes, those are those things. You know everything. As an infinite being, no matter what you looked like before you were with this body, you have been, you are, and you will be. So somewhere you have access to that everything, to knowing everything, and then even beyond everything. Is there something beyond everything? Yeah, I think there is. Because everything is a limitation of, well, that's everything. I'm going to throw all the dice on the table. That's everything. Well, there's more dice, there's more everything. Okay. So what do you know? That knowing is that instantaneous, that moment of before you start thinking about it, that you get the awareness. You get the answer, whatever it is. And what I mean by answer is like, have you ever taken a test? Like a bubble test. Anybody ever taken a bubble test? And what I mean by those, if you guys don't have those in other parts of the world, is it's a multiple choice test. So it's basically like they ask you the question and then it's A, B, C, or D. And then you fill in a little bubble. Next, it has a little bubble that you use a pencil and it goes, this is answer B. Okay. And then the next question, A through D, fill in the bubble next to D. And things like that. Well, so basically, have you ever guys ever taken a multiple choice or one of those bubble tests and not studied and you just asked? It's like, okay, complicated math problem. If a train is leaving the station at this time and it's going this miles an hour and it's going past this train and it's going this many 4 hours, but it has this many people and this much fuel, what time will the train get there? And you go, I don't even know what this is. I'm not a conductor. I've never driven a train. I've never shoveled coal. I don't know. If there's more people in the train, is there drag? Does it make it heavier so that it goes slower? Oh my gosh, and I was on a train ride one time and we had to go slower because it was in winter and the train tracks were the steel was really cold, and so if the train went too fast, it had a problem. It might have cracked the tracks, and so we had to go slower. So oh my gosh, the problem doesn't say if it's winter or summer. So oh my gosh, I don't know. So okay, so what is the answer? And you go B. Instantaneously you just go B. The answer is B. And you're like, what the hell? I don't know the answer. Anyway, so I'll put B. And then when you get it back, you were right. You know? In the chat room, somebody said, haha, you gave that way more consideration than I did. Yes. And trust me, I wasn't the only one. There was always those moments where you're like, literally, you're thinking of everything. You're thinking like, well, this, you know, it starts off with, oh my gosh, there's too much details. Then you go, oh my gosh, there's not enough details. I need more input. But you ask that question, oh my gosh, what is the answer? And you get B, okay? And then you come back. I don't know about you, but I always came back and I went, okay, so this was the one I completely guessed on. Oh my gosh, I got it right. Lucky me. Ha ha ha. Oh, I completely guessed on that one too. I got it right. Lucky me, boy. Stars were aligned that day, right? What if it wasn't luck? What if it was those moments of knowing? And this is what I'm talking about with this level of knowing, that before you start thinking about it, because all of that train tracks and blah, 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 that's your thinking. But when you just ask the question, what's the answer? B. Okay, thanks. That's your knowing. Okay, it's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's not, well, that's because the answer is always B. Ha, 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 ha. No, you knew. This is that knowing. It's that instantaneous speed of space, faster than the speed of light, you know? That's that knowing you have access to. It's not a linear, well, I worked it out mathematically, and so that's the answer, and I knew it. No, you knew it because you asked the question, and then you reached into the universe, and the answer came to you, okay? So I know, I've facilitated classes all over the world. I know there are people who have taken tests without studying, and they get a better result because they're willing to tap into their knowing. Maybe it's because they've given up on figuring it out. I don't know how to do the math problem, so I'm just going to guess. What is the thing? What is the answer? B. And what's interesting is it's in those moments where we actually start to use the tools like light and heavy or tapping into your knowing instead of your thinking. So this is the knowing that we're talking about. It's that instant, that first flash of insight, as people like to call it, that first flash of insight where you go, what is it? Oh, that's it. Or right or left, this way. You know, I can't tell you the number of times I've gone through an airport where I didn't know the language, and I've gotten to my desk or my gate just fine because I'm like, which way, right or left? Okay, left, go. You know, and it's that building that muscle and that trust. Where does your body fit into this knowing things of the universe? Glad you asked. We're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, we're going to talk about how your body fits into this knowing and what this, you have the world on mute, and what your body has to do with putting the world on mute or not on mute, okay? This is Right Body for You on A to Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago, I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer. It's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You, a different type of radio show with me, your different type of host. And today we're talking about, do you have the world on mute? And, you know, in the first segment, we talked a lot about that knowing. That you as an infinite being, you perceive, you receive, you be, and you know, okay? You know. You may not have a cognitive awareness of it, but somewhere you do know. And the more you're willing to trust yourself, the more that knowing actually comes through. And trust me, it goes beyond taking silly little bubble tests or multiple choice tests, or just pulling any old answer out of your butt, because we've all done that. You know, somebody walks up to you, well, what about this? Da, 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 da. Yes, that is the great quantum physics question, and let me answer that with interpretive dance, right? Sometimes we actually know the answer to the quantum physics question that people are asking us, and it doesn't involve the interpretive dance. But with this knowing, you may not have a cognitive awareness, and I think that's where a lot of people get confused. It's like, if I don't cognitively know it, if I can't speak to you about it eloquently and with much depth and breadth and, you know, resources, and let me tell you where I discovered all this information, that we think we don't know it, okay? But a cognitive awareness is different than knowing it. Knowing it is that instantaneous, that flash, that tap into the universe that we all be. Does a cognitive awareness exclude knowing? Absolutely not. It definitely includes knowing. And then it just goes, you know, you can cite your reference materials and stuff like that. You cognitively know it. But you do know it one way or the other. So just because you might not have a cognitive ability of answering that doesn't mean you don't know it somewhere. Doesn't mean that you can't tap into the universe and receive the information. Okay, so bodies. Where do bodies come into this? Well, your body is an amazing tool of awareness. Okay, it is constantly giving you information for everything that's going on around the world. What's going on for it, what's going on for you, what's going on for the people in your life, the people who are not in your life, their bodies, the earth, you know. Anybody else feel aggravated and ornery and then all of a sudden earthquake starts happening? Me. You know, anybody have an earthquake or a headache before and then an earthquake happens or something like that? Yeah. And you know, some people are like, no, I've never had I've never been sick to my stomach or had a headache or been agitated in an earthquake. Okay, well, let me ask you this. How do you guys feel? How do you and your body feel right before a lightning storm or right before a tornado? Have you guys ever had those moments where you're just like, ooh, something's going on? And then, you know, the lightning storm starts and it's like, oof, you know, that kind of stuff. This is what I'm talking about. Your body constantly giving you information for everything that's going on around for it. You know, that's with the earth. Our bodies are much like animals' bodies, if we would allow that. Remember that huge tsunami? Oh, I can't remember. It was many, 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 many years ago. And the only animals that were actually killed were the ones in cages that couldn't get out of the cages, the ones that were trapped. Okay? Because the animals were like, oh, trouble's coming. We're out of here. High ground. See ya. Toodles. You know, even the elephants that had like a 3-foot spike in the ground wrapped those great trunks around the spike and went, we know we let you think you're in charge of us all the time, but you know what? You're not. High ground. Feel free to come if you'd like. Okay? So our bodies are very, very similar to that if we would allow it. But somewhere along the way, we've designated them as only giving us information about what's going on for it, and really what's only going on for it when we're in pain. Okay? Pain is the body's last attempt at communication with us. And, you know, part of my target with Right Body for You is getting you to that place where you receive that communication early on. Okay? So you are like the little kittens kittens whiskers. There's the word. Kittens whiskers, okay? Or cat's whiskers. You instantly know everything that's going on around you. And what I mean by, you can even know what's going on with other people's bodies, or turmoil if somebody's having a fight, or even if your plane's going to be on time, or if the food you're about to eat is going to make your body sick, or if you're at the grocery store and, you know, a robber's about to walk in or something like that. It's like you have this constant information coming in, and your body is constantly giving you that information, more than it's I'm hungry, or more than I have to pee, or more than I'm in pain, or I want to have sex with that person but not that person, or anything like that. Your body's constantly giving you information for everything. Okay. So here's the other aspect of this. Somebody in the chat room was like, OMG, we had super crazy winds last night, and I had all this, what felt like electricity around my heart space. It was bizarre. Yeah, your body will communicate with you in so many different ways. And before I even had a awareness or a knowing of being with my body giving me information, thunderstorms are one of my favorites. All those electrons in the air hitting against each other just made me feel alive. I'd be like, you know, mad scientist, call me Dr. Frankenstein, or Frankenstein, for those of you who knew that movie reference. Anyway, so with your body's constantly giving you information. Let me go back to that other train. Your body's constantly giving you information for everything that's going on for it, okay? And so, are you an infinite being? You may have heard me ask this question before, like first segment. Are you an infinite being? Have you been, are you, will you be? Yeah. Okay. So one thing I hear from a lot of people, a lot of things that comes up when I facilitate classes on this, and I'm like, you get to know all of this with your body. Congratulations. You get to know if somebody's mad. You get to know if somebody's smoking pot in the building. You get to know if money's coming. You get to know all of this stuff. Congratulations. People go, no, thank you. Because what happens is we tend to run into this implant that says it's really interesting. I don't even know where it started, but it's really into the metaphysical realm of, if you're aware of something, there must be a reason why. So if you're aware of it, you have to do something. If you're aware of it, you have to go change it. If you're aware of those two people fighting, then you should probably go over there and break it up, because it's your job, because you're aware of it, so there must be a reason. If you're aware of it, If you're aware of that person walking in, then they must be the person you're in relationship with because you're aware of them. Or, oh my gosh, you're the one that became aware of the money on the sidewalk, so of course that might be for you. Actually, I kind of like that awareness. I kind of like that. If I find money on the sidewalk, it must be for me. I like that. But really, we all do this. It's like, if you became aware of it, there must be a reason why. Okay. I don't know about you, but any of you guys busy? Any of you guys have a life where a lot of stuff is going on? Yes, me. You know, I work what this reality would probably call like 3 full-time jobs. And I'm taking on more, right? This is how we be. We have so much going on. And so how oftentimes there's like, I don't want to do anything else. I'm having a hard enough time changing my life. Why do I have to change your life? I don't want to be responsible for what you're aware of or what's going on for you because I'm barely holding what I'm doing. I don't want to do anything else. I have too much. Stop it. So, okay, so with the point of view in place, if you become aware of something, there must be a reason. Go fix it. Go take care of it. You're the only one who can change it because the universe is asking of that of you. With that point of view in place, every time you become aware of something, you go into the automatic response of, I have to do something. Okay, wow. Well, when we're doing that other thing of, well, I don't want to do it right now. I'm tired. I just want to go to bed. Please don't make me think of this right now. So with those two things crashing into each other, what is one surefire way to make sure that doesn't happen anymore? We stop being aware of things, okay? It's that old, like, that image of that monkey that, putting his hand over its eyes or, I can't see you, you're not there, ha, 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 that kind of stuff, right? So one of the greatest ways to cut off our awareness of the world going around us is to separate from our body, okay? Because our body is one of those major tools of awareness. And so somewhere in those, we're not thinking about places in the bottom of our skull somewhere, we make this correlation of, if I don't know about it, if I'm not aware of it, I don't have to do anything about it. Let's see. My body lets me become aware of a lot of stuff going on around me. I know. This is brilliant. So if I separate from my body and I stop communicating with my body and it stops giving me awareness, I won't be aware of it, then I don't have to do anything about it. Brilliant. Let's separate from our body so we don't have to be aware of it, so we don't have to do anything, and I can actually go to bed. Yay! Brilliant plan. Maybe not. Because here's the problem. When you separate from your body and the awarenesses your body has given you, you can't piecemeal it. You can't sit there and go, okay, well, that's a good one, and that's a good one, and that's a good one, but I'll be aware of that, but not aware of that, but maybe aware of that, but not be aware of that again. Yeah. I wish it could be that way, and it's not. Okay? When you cut off awareness of your body, of all awareness, you cut off all awareness. Even things like cars coming, don't step off the curb. Yeah, awareness is like that. Or danger coming, don't go down the aisle, the alley, things like that. You can't actually choose what you become aware of or you don't become aware of, okay? So we're going to go for our last little break, the next little break, not our last one, our next little break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a few tools of how to not do that. And and that whole, there must be a reason you're aware of it. There's a truth with a lie attached with that. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about that, about why we've so readily bought that and what else is possible with it, okay? All right, this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You on AtoZen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on AtoZen.fm.
What would you say if I told you that you could change your life in only 1 hour and all while lying down relaxing? Thousands of people all over the world have. What am I talking about? It's called Access Consciousness, the bars. The bars is an energetic body process that contains 32 different points on your head that when run assist you in releasing decisions about any area of your life that you have made solid and as a result cannot change. The bars is the first class in Access Consciousness, a dynamic set of tools and information designed to transform any area of your life. When you have a bars session, the worst that can happen is you feel like you had a fantastic massage. The best thing that can happen is your whole life could change. Go to accessconsciousness.com today to find a facilitator to schedule a private session or to find a bars class in your area. Are you willing to give yourself an hour to change your life?
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at AtoZen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You, a different kind of show with your different kind of host, Donnielle. That's me. Today we're talking about, do you have the world on mute? And one of the greatest ways we try to put the world on mute is to separate from our bodies. You know that old adage of, well, if you're aware of it, there must be a reason. And, and then from that place, people go, well, of course there's a reason. You're supposed to go fix it. You're supposed to go save it. You're supposed to go create it. You're supposed to pick it up or whatever it is. Well, a lot of with Access and Right Body for You is changing your points of view, changing how you look at things, so you're not just stuck into one thing. And so for me, it's like, okay, so if you're aware of something, there must be a reason. You're right. There is a reason. You're an aware person. You can't not be aware. We can try to mute it. See how I did that? Took it back to the title. You like that? You can try to mute it by separating from your body or ignoring those light, heavy feelings or anything like that. But you can't actually not be aware. And you actually do more damage to your body and your life when you ignore those awarenesses as we try to do. So what if so that's that truth with the lie attached, that phrase of, well, if you're aware of it, there must be a reason. It's true. You're aware. It doesn't always necessarily mean you have to do something. So here's my secret weapon, okay? One of my favorite tools that I use a lot is when I become aware of something. It's like, if you're aware of it, there must be a reason. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, so just because I'm aware of it doesn't mean I have to do anything. There's the tool. There's the question. When I become aware of something, I go, so truth, is anything required of me here? Yes? No. Oh, I'm just aware of it. Cool. Have a good day. Bye. It has saved me so much headache and so much time if I just, when I become aware of something, ask, so truth, is anything required of me here? Yes, no. And what's interesting You can, sorry, lots of stuff going on in the world. So you become aware of something and you ask, is anything required of me here? What's interesting is it's only about 10% of the time is something actually required of me. Isn't that interesting? Only 10% for me, however much that is for other people. For me, I found out that it's only about 10% of the time that something is required of me. The rest of the 90% of the time, I'm just being aware of things going on in the world. And one of the demands I've made for my life is that I won't cut off my awareness for any reason anymore. Okay? I will be aware of things. And so I've really had to dispel that notion of if you're aware of it, there must be a reason. You have to go fix it, solve it, save it, whatever it is. Okay, so truth. Is there a reason you're aware of it? Yes, you're aware. Then ask, truth, is anything required of me? I can't tell you the time it has saved. And my awareness keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Because, a lot of the stuff with Access Consciousness and Right Body for You is about to get you into your own awareness, right? Slogan of Access Consciousness, empowering you to know that you know. Well, those of you who have been working on this a while, have you ever been like, I'm more aware, I'm knowing more, I'm more aware, I'm knowing more, and then all of a sudden it feels like I've taken 3 steps backwards? Why? Well, what if you're running into this place where if I'm aware of something is required of me, I have to do something because I'm aware of it, but I'm tired, I want to go to bed, or I'm too busy, so I don't want to become aware of it. So one of the ways I'm not going to be aware of it is to separate from my body and then pretend I don't know anything. Yes, that will allow me to do all this other stuff. And so what if on this path of awareness, path of consciousness, of knowing things, some of these stumbles we think in our knowing isn't so much a stumble as just that knee-jerk reaction of, holy crap, if I'm aware of it, I have to do something about it, and I don't want to do anything, so I'm not going to become aware of it. Okay? So everywhere we've made that our standing operating procedure, would you be willing to destroy and upgrade it? Right, wrong, good, bad, for Paco, night shorts, boys, and beyonds. Okay, so truth, is anything required of me here? And then here's the other fun thing, folksies. You still have choice. You can still go, do I want to do that? Do I don't want to do that? I don't want to do it today. Or sure, I'll go ahead and do it. You still have choice in everything. The voices in my head just said 0, which I'm not sure what that means. It's not true, voices in my head. I have choice in everything, not in 0. I have choice in everything. Trust me, if you heard the voices in my head, that was pretty funny. So, and here's the other thing. It's like, would you be willing to demand that you have awareness of everything? Would you make that demand to be aware? Here's the thing. I know some of you are going, well, yeah, I made that demand to be aware years ago. Okay? But would you be willing to be aware of everything? No matter what it looks like, tastes like, feels like, smells like, what may come up, how uncomfortable it may be. Truth, would you be willing to be aware of everything? Okay? And for me, that demand of being aware was a lot easier when I had the follow-up question of, truth, is anything required of me? Okay? So, and the other thing with this is, in Access, we have these things called 10 keys to total freedom. Okay? 10 keys to total freedom. And one of them is no exclusion. And I like to talk about what is no exclusion when we talk about this, are you willing to be aware of everything? Because a lot of people think no exclusion means, you mean I have to invite everybody to my party? But they pick their nose, they stop at the toilet, those two fight. I don't want to have all these people. But if I'm truly doing no exclusion, then that means I have to invite everybody. Well, fine, I just won't have the party, or, whatever it is. That's not the no exclusion we're talking about, okay? With no exclusion, what that means is no exclusion of anything. No exclusion of energies, no exclusion of awareness, no exclusion of anything. You still have choice. Remember how I said earlier you still have choice in everything? Yeah, you have choice who you want to invite to your party. Have a good time. It's your party. But you don't want to exclude energies. And part of this is willing to be aware of everything, okay? Say like, I am in an abusive relationship. Say I have somebody that is abusing me, okay? And I finally get up the courage or the demand that one day to go, enough, I'm out of here. And you leave. I leave, okay? I leave the person who's abusing me, and it's, I'm like, yay. And then a lot of times in this reality, we go to the person who is abusing us. You are dead to me. You cannot hurt me anymore. I'm kicking you out of my life. Be gone, foul smell and person, or, whatever it is. And so a lot of times energetically when we do that, it goes to that moment of exclusion. And this is where we talk about don't exclude. Certainly do not have the abusive person in your life. That's not the no exclusion we're not talking about. No exclusion does not mean, oh, well, then I have to have them in my life because I'm doing no exclusion and this is no exclusion and blah, 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 blah. No, that's not what I'm talking about. But when you're doing that no exclusion of energies, energetically you still have the awareness of that person in your life. So say like the day that the person the abusing person I left was, you know what, I'm going to go get that bitch Donnielle for everything she's done to me. I'm going to go make her pay. If I've not excluded the energy or the awareness of this person, again, they're not physically in my life, but if I've not excluded the energy of it, and not to be the effect of the energy, okay, different, not to be the effect of it, just to be the awareness of it, when that person goes, I'm going to go get that bitch, I receive that awareness, I receive that energy, and it could look something like, hey, you know what? I feel like going for a walk. Let's get out of here. Or let's go to the movies. Or you know what? I need to go to the grocery store, and right now seems like a great time. Let's go to the grocery store. And so when I don't have that awareness of energy, when I have that awareness of energy, I haven't excluded them, and I'm willing to be aware of everything, I'm not there when that person comes to get me. That's what we mean by no exclusions. And would you be willing to be aware of everything? But when you cut off your awareness, whether it be through your body or whether it be through anything else, and you're doing exclusion, as Access talks about, no exclusion, but when you're doing exclusion of energies, you are in that level of unawareness. So even something as extreme as that day that abusive person says, I'm going to go get that bitch and make them pay, you don't get that energetic warning, and you're there. You're there when they come to get you, okay? So this is what Access means by no exclusion. Invite whomever you want to or don't want to your party, but don't energetically cut off the awareness of anybody, okay, of anything. It's like that big tsunami that I referenced to before. There were a couple of people in Access who rerouted for no good reason. They just rerouted their planes so that they weren't actually in that country at that time when it happened. It's like they were in their awareness. They were willing to receive that information, okay, through their body, through their tickling, through their uncomfortableness, whatever it is, okay? So this is what we mean by don't have the world on mute and don't exclude any awareness, any energies, okay? All right, we're going to take our last little break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this tool of, is something required of me here? What? All right. This is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if you really do change molecules by your interaction with them? What if the change you've been looking for is right before your eyes? What if the uncomfortableness that comes with difference could be fun? What if the closed-minded people of the world no longer determined our world? What if gratitude trumps judgment every time? What if your kindness healed the world? What if the earth is asking for your help? And what if you had the resources to give it? This is your invitation to step into something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Picasso, Da Vinci, Shakespeare, Aristotle all knew to be true. Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. What if there are no dumb questions, or any question too large? What if you being you are the gift and the change this world requires? Is now the time? For more questions to create a change in your world, sign up for a free video series at beingyouclass.com. My gift to you, beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. I am your host, Donnielle, and today we're talking about, do you have the world on mute? And, you know, there's so many reasons why we might think we want to turn off the world and put it on mute. You know, that proverbial putting cotton in your ears and going, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And, you know, and one of the biggest I have run into while facilitating these workshops is that, Joel, if you're aware of it, there must be a reason why. And then the unsaid and sometimes very loudly said, go fix it, go solve it, go save it, go do whatever. But what if, you know, the reason that you're aware of it is because you're an aware person. And you can't not be aware, which is why one of my favorite tools of when I become aware of something, I ask, truth, is anything required of me here? And, you know, this has created not just more time for me, but more ease in my life and my body, okay? Because I mentioned earlier, you can't not be aware of something. You can try to mute it. You can try to stuff cotton in your ears, but you can't not be aware of it. So what if that pain in your body is an awareness that you're not willing to receive? What if that disease is an awareness you're not willing to receive? What if that uncomfortableness in your body is an awareness you're not willing to receive? And so, you know, somewhere in the description I went, so what if it's not your body you're trying to destroy, but your awareness, and your body is a result of friendly fire? You know, when I say my body and my life are more at ease when I'm willing to ask the question, well, first, when I'm willing to make the demand of being aware of anything and everything, no matter what it looks like, tastes like, smells like, feels like, or how uncomfortable I might be, and then using the tool of truth, is anything required of me here? When I say that it created ease in my body, that's exactly what I mean. It created greater ease in my body. The more I'm willing to be aware of something, the less I try to lock up the awarenesses that my body is giving me, because my body is actually constantly giving me awareness. And so when I'm willing to receive it and then ask questions about it, my body feels better. My life flows easier. Because how much of our life are we stunting by going, I'll be aware of that awareness, but not of that one, not of that one. And we are becoming these unsaid filter systems that is slowly actually driving our lives crazy and our bodies into unhealthiness or injury or anything like that. So please play with this tool. You know, you've heard me say it at least once in the show, hopefully. If you're aware of something, there must be a reason. Yeah, you're aware. Plain and simple. You're an aware person. You're an aware being. And your body is one of the greatest tools of awareness out there. So one of the ways you try to mute that is to separate from your body. But you can't pick and choose your awarenesses, what you are aware of and what you're not aware of. So if you're willing to be aware of everything, how much more information do you have to create your life in your body? A whole heck of a lot. I'm just saying. You know, you be, you perceive, you receive. You're an infinite being. Okay? Please, if you've enjoyed this, check out the archives. I have over a year's worth of this radio show. We've had a lot of fun, a lot of laughter, a lot of crazy times. And you guys, I am doing workshops all over the world. 2.5 days of laughing and enjoying your body and changing things, building that communication, maybe even changing your money flows. You do have a talent and capacity with the earth? I would say yes. And what if your body is one of those ways? It is, because it is. So we talk about earth, words, and languaging. How exactly are you creating your body with the words you are using? And we talk a lot about things. We have a good time. My next class coming up is Istanbul, Turkey. Hello. I've never been to Istanbul. I am so excited. Istanbul, Turkey in May. And then in June is Brisbane, Australia. And then, which I don't know, I did that accent with Brisbane, but there you go. And then after that, I believe is Seattle, but check it out. DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com has the full things on there. I am literally all over the world this year. So doing these workshops, so please check it out. DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com. 2 N's, 2 L's, DONNIELLE. And if you guys have anything that you and your body would like to know more of, and it is something that I haven't addressed, or if you'd like me to address it in a different way, please feel free to drop me a line. Give me and my body a topic that you and your body would like to know. You can email me at Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com, DONNIELLE@accessconsciousness.com. Any topics or questions? You know what? I sure would love to hear it. Right Body for You is going gangbusters this year. I have a lot of fun things stored in store. Well, stored, true, but they're coming out in store and planned. And so please stay tuned, because this is just the beginning, folks. Saying hi to your body, hi to your life is just the beginning. And you know what? From there, so much is actually possible. So I hope you join me in on this, because you know what? It's a roller coaster, and I love roller coasters. It's been a fun adventure that just keeps getting better. I'll be honest, it's not always been comfortable, but you know what? That uncomfortableness, that can be fun too. So, truth, are you willing to be aware of everything, no matter what it looks like, tastes like, smells like, feels like? And then after that, is something required of me here? Do not put the world on mute any longer, because you know what? There's a lot of stuff out there that you can contribute to that is asking for you, and some stuff that you just get to be aware of and watch the world go round. And you know what? That's a lot of fun too. So please, 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 please don't turn off your awareness for anything. Do not exclude any energies. Yes, it could save your life, and yes, it could make you money. Ooh, there you go. If not to save your life, what if you could exactly make money? Okay? So please, follow your awareness. Do not put the world on mute. Awareness, do not leave home without it. Okay? And make it a fun week, a happy week. Enjoy your body, because it's enjoying you. And I hope to see you back here next week, because you know what? I'll be here. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Right Body for You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.